Welcome back to the Gloire Show. I just want to say thank you so much to each one of you that have been showing love to the channel. It's an honor to basically be able to sit down here and have conversations and start building a community. And this is a community that I'm building. And if it's your first time here, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And after the conversation, after actually listening to the video, I encourage you to go ahead and comment below. Let's discuss. What did you think about the topic? So far, I've dropped about 10 episodes. And throughout those 10 episodes, I've discussed a different variety of topics. And a lot of those topics that I've discussed, they're basically a way for us to learn. And it's some of them are just lessons that I've learned throughout life. Some of them are things that I do see and I just want to share my own perspective on. And it's been good so far. And I really appreciate the love and support you guys have been showing. So today I want to talk about some of the most one of the most important topic, and the reason why I'm going to talk about this is because it's something that I've been thinking about it deeply, and it's basically pressure builds leaders. And the reason why I bring up this topic is because last 2 weeks ago I was very ill. I was very sick, and when I tell you, it made me feel like I was missing something. But also, I it gave me some sort of it gave me how can I explain it gave me a way of understanding my powers as an individual because I still had to do some work. No matter how sick I was, I still had to push myself to finish some work and to do certain things. I still had to take care of some of my clients that had booked me on that week that I was sick because it was very important. I had so much pressure, but I had to do it because in order to become a leader, in order to evolve and become something big in life, you have to actually push yourself in the most hardest moments. And that's why I wanted to discuss this topic because if you're dealing with certain things, if you're going through a lot of different obstacles in life and you feel like okay, these things are keeping me away from evolving and becoming my true self. Trust me, it is not keeping you away, but it's shaping you to become your better version, to become actually unstoppable. So as you can see, a lot of leaders that actually tend to succeed are the leaders that manage to work in that moment where pressure is involved, where you have to make a decision at a moment that it can either help your team or not help your team, but you have to make that decision because as a leader, hard times will really reveal your character. And if you're not gonna face those hard times, a lot of people are not gonna be trusting you. They're not gonna trust you. They're not gonna trust your judgment because all of a sudden it's like, okay, this person, if they can't handle pressure, how can they handle managing us, helping us grow, helping us become something big in life or evolving and becoming something better than we are today. You know, we have to understand that struggle is always going to be necessary. And the most important thing about struggle is, like I always say, it actually shows what type of person you are. It reveals your character because then it allows people to see how can you manage them through a struggle. And it's not about just managing the people, it's about helping yourself. That's why you see throughout wars, the most important people that so many, so many people tend to depend on are the generals. Like, how is this general gonna help us win the war? There's so much pressure, there's so much things going on. But like we depend on this general because we feel as if this is the person that's gonna actually build the team and make us feel very much unstoppable. And I'm gonna go through walls for this person because this person, I believe in them. I look up to them. So I'm just gonna do anything to please them. That's when, as a leader, you start getting, a lot of those people in your life who are actually gonna go through hell for you. Like they'll go through everything for you to make sure that everything falls into play as how you wanted it. You know, and you have to start turning your pain into discipline. I know that sounds crazy, but for me personally, when I was sick, it's like I'm like I have stuff to do. I have to get things done. My woman was like, "Glory, you're sick. Like you need to rest. You need to, you know, take some medicine and so on." I'm like, I understand. I'm gonna do that, but I still have work to do because I don't want to just lay in bed for days and so on, and then when I'm recovered and it's like I didn't even do anything. I want to be able to do things in moments where, yes, it's very difficult to do, but it has to be done. And that's where you start building that discipline within yourself. And that separates you from so many different people because not everyone is willing to sacrifice their their energy and well-being to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do. And I'm not saying don't take care of yourself. No, take care of yourself. That's why when I was sick, what I did, I told myself, okay, I'm gonna make sure I sleep 8 hours a day. So that way I can at least have some energy to be able to wake up, go to the studio, maybe clean up, shoot a video, edit, and go home. I'm gonna also make sure that I run my errands. I have to go here, I have to go to the bank, I have to go stop here, I have to go to the store, and so much more because I needed to do those things. I did not want to feel as if I can't do anything. And that's where you start building that character. And that character builds trust. You start trusting yourself, and then the people around you are actually gonna start trusting you because they're gonna believe in you in so many different, um, in so many different obstacles because they're gonna understand. Okay, this is the person that can actually help us survive, help us grow, help us become something big because what we're trying to achieve, all we need is some type of encouragement. So I want you to actually leave today, just understanding that pressure is not a bad thing. Pressure is a good thing, and it actually helps you become a leader. It builds a leader. Pressure is going to help you maintain what cannot be maintained in specific moments. That's why, as you can see, like when you're watching soccer games, most of the teams that tend to win are teams that can actually play under pressure, teams that can control the ball under pressure, teams that can actually take the ball in a crowded area and still make something happen under pressure. The ones that can't work in that pressure tend to not succeed. So remember that. I just want you to remember that. Well, once again, I just want to say thank you for tuning in. I want you to remember today's topic. Keep that in mind. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed and if it's your first time here, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Yeah, until next time, and God bless. Peace.